All
Absolutely.
right.
Yes.
All right. Okay. If you have not heard Jennifer speak before, you are in for a treat tonight. She's really going to be helping us with a lot of questions I know that people have going on with their apps. And let's see here. So what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to open it up to you, Jennifer, unless there's anything you need me to add right off the start. I think
One second. It's just streaming live here. There we are.
Okay. All right. There we go.
We got it.
We're good to go?
Good Lord. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pin you. See, there we go. We work as a team. She records, I pin. There we go.
Okay. So
fantastic.
First of all, just wanted to, just a couple of updates. So the 8.5 upgrades have started. So some of you who signed up for that are probably hearing from Mark. Some of you got approved. Anne's cheering over there because she got her app approved already. There are some things that you do need to do prior to it being resubmitted, and Robert has sent an email out to some of the people that were ahead of the game. So take a look at that email. If you have questions about the kinds of things that you're looking for in your app or you need help, please reach out to support at actionera.com. And with that being said, one of the problems or challenges that's been coming up for a lot of people is the privacy policy. It's one of those things that you probably set it up one time a long time ago when you first got your app purchased. And now that, it's coming up again, you're having to either relink it because you gave up your website or whatever. So I was going to just quickly show you guys how to put a privacy policy in your web version of your app if you want help with that. If not, we can skip that altogether, but I think it's kind of a valuable training. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll show you just really quickly how to search the knowledge base from the content portal. And then we're going to talk about custom unlock screens. Does anybody have any questions before we get just deep into it? And JD, if you don't...
custom unlock screen mean?
Oh, a custom unlock screen. So every tag that you create in your app, you can toggle on the custom unlock screen and provide detailed instructions for both web and app experiences so that your users, especially on web, can have a cleaner experience when they click through things. So you can add hyperlinks, you can use the WYSIWYG and format, you can even put images and videos in there. So I'm going to show you how to do that tonight.
So is that the welcome screens?
It's totally different than a welcome screen. It is, when you set up a tag and you tag one of your content pieces, like for your giveaway, and you provide that unlock code to someone, once they type in that unlock code, the custom unlock screen in the web version can give you a very different experience than the app version.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Anybody else got any questions before we go? Yeah, Megan.
Hi. So I got the message from Mark that, that I needed to check that the Apple ID worked, and it did. But then there was a checking something on Google, and I didn't know what that was about. It's on the top of the form.
I think that's so there's both the Android Play Store and the Apple Store. So you should have a developer account for both of those things. And just like the Apple one, you'll have to log into your developer account for Android to make sure that it's still active and it works.
So it looked like I didn't have an account. It was kind of asking me to create an account.
Ooh. That might be a good support ticket so that we can help you out offline on that.
Okay.
Yeah, because we might have to dig into the to get your developer account information from the system.
Okay, so I just answer Mark's email. Should I do that way?
Yeah, I'd say respond to Mark and say that just let him know that you don't have your Android developer account information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great.
Matt got back to me with mine, so they have a way of looking it up.
Yeah, we can definitely look it up for you on the back end. Cool. Any other questions? Okay.
So, do we have to keep the Google developer account live? I know with the Apple, I get a $99 bill each year, but I don't get any invoice on the Google one.
I think the Google one is $25 a year. And yeah, you do need to keep it active if you want to be listed in the Android Play Store.
So if I have it, because I had my app for about 2 years now, so I need to reactivate it, or
I would assume that it's being reactivated for you. It's probably on auto renew, but you would definitely want to check into that. And the best way to tell is if you can search the app and know somebody on Android who can search the app in the store for you and make sure it's there. JD, were you going to say something?
I'm not sure that you have to make more payments. I think it's just the 25 and that's it with Google.
Oh, really?
Apple. I think Apple is the one that has to do with.
Oh, that's good to know. See, I'm a
so Apple send me Apple send me the invoice because I'm an Apple user. But when I go into the Google developer, I don't see anywhere that it's charging me anything. And I don't get an invoice.
It's $25 when you resubmit, right, JD?
I pay the.
Yeah, I think with the resubmission, but the initial one, like I think, is just 25 and that's it. Yay, Google.
Yeah. I paid the $25, but I never renewed it. Okay, thanks.
Sure. Kathy, what you got?
I don't know that it was a good idea or not, but over the weekend, I apparently cleared my cache. So everything that my computer was remembering needs to be redone, new passwords submitted, et cetera, and that includes, I'm sure, all of the stuff associated with my app and the Google, the Gmail thingy where we sent all the setup information to and stuff like that. With whom should I reach out to ask for that information back so I could log back into those things again? Would that be a support ticket or somebody else?
JD, support ticket, right?
Go ahead and put it in support. If anybody here is having a hard time, you don't have your passwords for either Google or Apple or the email that you have, send a ticket to me into support. Give me the name of your app as well when you put that support in, and then I should be able to look it up and find that information for you guys. So that should be able to take care of anybody that has that problem.
Okay. Thank you for that information, and I will get to it. It may not be this week. Okay, thank you. I'm putting my hand down now.
Okay, Anne-Marie.
Hi, everyone. I have a question when you come to the subject tonight about the video screens for each section. It seems like almost every screen has a call to action, and sometimes we don't want call to actions. Can we drop those or make those disappear, or will you be touching on that tonight?
No, wasn't going to touch on call to actions at all. I think those are hard baked into the app. I personally think you could use a call to action for everything, even if it's just to cross promote to another offer. If you don't want to put a call to action there, you can just leave it blank and don't put anything in there. That's the only way to and then you'll just have like a solid color bar at the bottom of your app. But personally, I think that would be a waste. You've got to have something you want to promote, right? Or something you want somebody to do.
Well, there's so many of them all over the place, and especially when we're just starting out, a lot of us don't have a lot of content yet. It just seems like, man, we're just bugging everybody to buy, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. Yeah, just leave those fields blank then, and you don't have to have anything in there. I mean, I even use it for things like if I have a reference article that I want to show somebody. So it's not just a buy thing, because in the app, the mobile version, You can't see hyperlinks in your articles and things like that. So sometimes when I'm referring to another article, I'll even put that like a read more in this article here. So you can use it for things that are non-sales, but I do think it's a great place to even just put a contact me with questions so that people can come back to you. And it could lead to your contact page or your profile in your app.
Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, thanks.
Sure. Lisa.
Hey there, Jen. I'm not sure. I think that I figured out we could do what she was talking about, what Amory was talking about as well. We could do Facebook groups because I know that's where I'm going to link some of mine. Because I have a free Facebook group that everybody jumps into with my lives and stuff. And so that's a great way to kind of cross promote.
Totally.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I thought that's what we were doing. I think.
Yep. Anything with a link, you can stick in there.
So just another idea, Amory, that might help. So you're not, like you said, constantly buy. I agree.
Yeah, I had this discussion with a couple of other app people in this group, and we're going, wait, we're not ready yet to start selling stuff every which way, upside down and inside out. But you gave me quite a few great ideas. Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, and when your app is new, freshly launched and out of the package, the team has applied your default call to action to everything. If you don't want that in there, go ahead and take it out. You can just remove it on each content type if you don't want it there. It's a good thing that goes through launch, and it's part of the standard like MVP of a new app. Cool. All right. Any other questions here before I switch over? Fabian, hi.
Yeah, hi. I have a quick question because I'm totally new and I'm totally lost. Do you have a video that explains the difference between creating an online course and creating an app?
Oh, gosh. There are so many videos on there. We have only one course, how to build a course. The how to build an app is, I don't know if we could do that in a single video.
No, but I mean, where do I find those training? Because I haven't started yet and I'm totally lost here.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So let me show you, because this segues really nicely into one of the topics I wanted to show tonight. So I am going to go back 1 second. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you guys can see this just fine. I have an app on the right and then the content portal on the left, right? We good? Okay. So what you can do is you see this little help bubble in the bottom right-hand corner. If you click on that, you can search for help on any topic here. So this is how you can look for, you just type in courses and it'll pop up with some information here. You can always go to the knowledge base to see those things. So these are articles that are in our knowledge base that you can look for. So hopefully this will help you navigate a little bit better when you have questions. So one of the things like we've been talking about, privacy policies, you can look up that information and go straight to the knowledge base article.
Can you close that for a second and show us where you clicked on to open it?
Sure. So once you go into the content portal, this little help bubble in the bottom right.
I don't see it. Take your cursor and circle around it, make some. I don't see. Okay. And it says help there?
It says help. So let me make it bigger. See this little help bubble?
Okay.
This guy.
All right.
So you can search in here and look for a topic. You can also go to the content portal. I have it bookmarked. But I think when you first log in, hang on, now this is too big and I can't see my screen.
That's okay. Now I know where it is. We're good.
Yeah. Okay. So the other place you can go is when you go to, there it is, support. So once you go log into the Actionera portal for the first time, you can go to the support through this link right here. And this is our knowledge base. This is all of the articles, everything that we we do in support of you for your apps. And you don't even have to log in. That's just if you want to view your tickets as they're going through. But when you look at the knowledge base, you can always type in here for something specific, or you can look, Fabian, to your question here. Perhaps you want to look at some of the new getting started videos first and start with accessing the content portal and understanding navigation and things like that. So if you just come here, and I'll put this in the chat for everybody. Do that really quick. That is where you can go to get help on your app. And all of our support calls are in here, going back, years, if you really want that, to go back that far. So like tonight's call will be right here. And once I get the video input, it'll be available for viewing. You can look at all the previous ones that are up there. And if you've got, targeted trainings that you want to see, master classes, like if you haven't watched your app yet, you may want to check out some of the jump starts and things like that, because that's where Robert took a whole day and walked people through how to start their, get their app started. And then of course it's by different topics. So you can read about anything you want. And a lot of these have videos as well. Does that help? Cool. Okay. And again, this is searchable as well. So if you wanted to look up something like what we're going to talk about tonight, tags, you can type in the word tags, and all the articles that are tagged with the tag will show up in this view. And that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys regarding privacy policies. So,
hey, Jen, can you not cascade your windows? Maybe it will make this a little bigger.
Not cascade. I can make it bigger. That's kind of all I can do.
Because I can see your other window behind it.
This one.
Image.
Yep.
Image video.
I'm doing this because the training that we're going to do involves an app. So I need to have that guy up there. So I can make this bigger for now, if that helps the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So where was I? I was in privacy policy. So I just wanted to share with you that there is a template that you can use for those of you that are struggling with privacy policies at the moment. We've had quite a few questions come up in the last couple of days about how to do it. So I want to just show you that there is an article here where you can actually download a privacy policy document that you can then modify for your app. And then you either would paste that on your website in a privacy policy page, right? And get the link and supply that to Mark when you're resubmitting your app, or you can build it into your app if you have the web version. And that's a really great way to do this. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Are there any questions? Ramesh?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I have a question regarding how close is it to really have the web-based Actionera web to be my website?
Yeah.
So I'm in a way. Are you going to talk about it?
I wasn't planning on it, but I can address that really quick and just tell you that I think once the landing page module is built, and the templates are available, I think that's when Robert would probably say, Robert would probably say you could use it right now. But the landing page, the landing page, the landing page version of it is not done yet. So right now they're working on the course module for web first. So we'd have to ask Robert what the timing would be on that. But I think as soon as you see those modules becoming available for landing page builders, you'll have a little more control over the look of your website.
Right. Okay, that's good to know. Just for my situation is a little bit awkwardly timed. I was going to go from a very plain looking website to a little bit better looking website. And I already started making effort on it, but I'm not going full steam on it. But I'm switching my website right now as we speak. So because but ultimately I would like to go there, but I don't think I'm there yet. So I have to do something better than what I have today. So I'm doing my revised website right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be the all-in-one platform. I think right now, we're doing some workarounds here. So like one of the things I'm going to show you guys how to do right now is to if you don't have a website, how to put your policy in the web version of your app.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to share again really quickly. All right. So it's pretty simple to add that privacy policy in. Obviously, you can download the template from Actionera, and it looks like this. It's just a Word document. And what you'll do is go through and add in all the text that is read with your own data. So it's all the things like the name of your app, the description. And I think at the very bottom, there is a support email, the support email. So Robert's made it really easy for you guys to just kind of copy and paste this template. Now, once you modify this, you would save that document. And then what I've been advising people to do is to come into your resources and add a new resource called a privacy policy. And it's really, really simple to do. You can do it just for the web if you have the web version, okay? You would just create a new resource, call it privacy policy, and then you take that document text, copy all of it, and just paste it in here. And that way you have a link right here to your privacy policy. So this is the link that you would supply the Apple or Android store when you fill out the form for Mark and the team when they're setting up your app for the first time. You're going to supply them this link as the link to your privacy policy. The CTA should probably be a way to contact you. So if you have a contact us page somewhere on your regular website, or you could just link to your app profile, because everything in the app now, if you've got the web version, comes with a web URL. So you could very easily grab the web URL from your profile, right? And just slide it into your contact. So that's a way you can have a contact. Now on the web version in the WYSIWYG, you can also do a hyperlink to your support email. So let's just say this had your support email in it. You would click on link, and you can say mail to : and then your email address. So we'll just say Jennifer@actionera.com and save. And then in theory, if I did this right, this link in the web version, there you go. It's got your privacy policy. It's available for everybody to see. And this is a clickable link that now opens up a window that allows somebody to contact you if there's problems. And then obviously the contact us page can go to your contact page. But this is a really quick way to do a privacy policy if you're a first-time app submitter, or if you're going through the resubmit process. And there is an article for this on how to do this in the knowledge base. So you can feel free to take a look at that as you're working on this yourself. Any questions about that? Cool. Okay. Well, that's that. Let's see. We got a question there. How do you choose the name for your app? Oh, gosh. Anybody got some great advice about that? I would say let's ask this group, because everybody on this call has chosen a name for their app.
I can help. People are interested.
Oh, that was weird.
I have you on my phone. It's Madeline.
Yeah, we're getting a huge echo from you, Madeline.
Because I had you on my phone also. I can help with naming if you want me to now, or people can just schedule a call with me. Or do you want to work on a name now? I can help. Can you hear me?
Up to you, Fabian. I mean, I think choosing an app name, it's sometimes related to your business, right, Madeline?
Right. I would just say, if you want a quick answer now, try to choose something that's 1, 2, or 3 words that speaks to the promise of what your app will allow that person to be, do, or have. So I can work on one now to show you like how to do it, if you want, because I don't want to kind of take over the call. I know you have stuff that you want to train on. You can just schedule a call with me and I'll help you name your app on the call if you want to. So it's up to really Jennifer, whatever you guys want to do.
Yes, please. I would love that, if you don't mind. Should I put my email on the stuff and we can schedule?
I'm going to give you my my phone number here in the chat,
Okay.
and just text
sorry.
me, and I'll meet with you if you want after this call, or I'll send you my scheduling link. But that's my number. You can just text me.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Madeline.
That's basically the idea. I mean, there's a longer version, which I'll work with you on, Fabian, but basically 1, 2, or 3 words that once I hear the name of it, I already understand what it is. So you don't also need a tagline, which is also really important too. But if you can express the name, communicate it clearly in a way that I understand what it is that you're offering, that's really the best way. Hope that's
okay. Thank you.
And check to make sure that nobody else has it in some other form by Googling it.
You want to Google it, and
Absolutely.
nobody else has it.
Yep.
Perfect.
Awesome
Thank
advice.
you very much.
I'm checking who is, like the domains and stuff.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. Perfect. Thanks for all
Cool.
the input, everybody.
All right. So how about this? I'll go through the custom unlock screen because it's pretty quick. And then we'll just kind of open it up for general questions, and we'll do our best to answer anything. How's that sound, guys? Any other questions before I move on from the privacy policy? Okay, cool. So, well then, I'm just going to go for it. So here's my targeted training on how to create a custom unlock screen. I'm going to get Denise in here first. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Jen Ching. I have 14 years in corporate marketing, technology, systems backend, and I started working with Actionera recently, doing their knowledge base and helping users navigate their apps and make a better experience for people. And I just stopped sharing. Awesome. All right. I have my own app, which is called Workaround, and it's just got submitted. So it's going to launch here real soon here in February, and I'm really excited to share content with you guys. So if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out. I'm Jennifer at Actionera. Let's go back. All right, so why I like custom unlock screens. So to me, there's 4 real benefits for having them. It's one, it allows you to give specific instructions to app mobile users as well as web users. And if you think about it, if you've ever gone into an app before and looked at the mobile version versus the web version, it's significantly different in a lot of cases. So the best use for custom unlock screens is going to be in the web version of your app. This is where you can apply hyperlinks and all that stuff. I love it because of formatting. The introduction of the WYSIWYG feature in our apps has just been, I don't know, it's been like lightning in a box for me. I just love doing all the custom things. And custom unlock screens, they're tied to tags. So obviously the tag that you put in is the unlock code you give somebody. And this custom unlock screen is going to be the experience they see for that specific tag. There's 3 basic steps to creating a custom unlock screen. It's obviously creating a tag. You're going to want to toggle on, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a second here, but the high level is you create a tag, you make sure the tag is on the content that you're protecting. Then you go ahead and turn on the customize confirmation screen toggle and customize, go nuts, get creative, do what you want to do in there. You can create a very nice experience that's clickable for clients by using this function. You can add a link, like I said, do a hyperlink to a specific piece of content in your app, like an article, a lesson, a video, whatever it is you want. And like I said, because everything comes with a web URL, grabbing that link is pretty easy to do. All right, so here we go. We're going to demo the heck out of this. All right. Dealing with multiple screens here. So for this specific demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in one of our testing apps. So we'll share the screen again. All right, JD, if you can watch the questions to see if I need to stop and answer anything on the way, that would be really helpful. All right,
that sounds good.
Cool. So when you go to your app, right, this is the content portal. For any of you that don't know what the content portal looks like, this is the content portal. It looks different for me because I'm an administrator, but basically it'll default to your app. And this number right here is the light code. So you can unlock an app with a light code in the Actionera app. More on that later, but I just wanted you to know that's what the random number is that you see. So a custom unlock screen is tied to tags, and tags are found under the Manage tab in the new content portal interface. When you go to tags, it's really easy to just add a new tag. You're going to select the type of tag, and this is a content tag, okay, that we're going to be doing. Is it big enough? Shall I make it bigger? There we go. So the type is a content tag, and you can name it whatever you want. This could be something intuitive to the giveaway or the item. Maybe you have paid membership or something like that, where you want to create a paid clients tag. We always put the tag name and the tag as exactly the same words. I don't know why there's 2 fields there. I like to use this created for to remind myself why I created the tag, because it can get really overwhelming when you have like a billion tags in your app and you don't know what they're all for. So I usually will leave myself a note. If you want to, you can have the system notify you every time somebody uses this tag. That's kind of cool in the beginning because you can see what it looks like and how often someone's using it. But I can guarantee eventually you're going to turn this off because that's super annoying to get that much email, especially if there's a lot of people accessing your item. And you would do that. You would type in your email address here and then send email, and that does it. So the function we're looking at here is the customized confirmation screen. So when you turn this on, all these other fields show up. You can enter a headline. You know, it could say something like, congratulations. If I could spell, that would be awesome. You could even upload a video or link to a video if you want something cool to play. You can upload an image. And again, there's the app version and the web version. So when you're in the app, you might want to write down the instructions that the person needs, you know, once they unlock it, how they get to the thing that they have just unlocked. In the web version, you have the WYSIWYG, which allows you to put in images. You can put in specific instructions for the web, and you can create hyperlinks. Always remember to submit to save your work. And I'm going to show you one of the tags I created for this demo. So I created one called the January freebie. And if you look at this, I said it's a content tag. There's my unlock code. So that's the code that I would give the end user that they would put in their track. You know, when you go to your app and you say track or unlock, you would type that tracking number in here. And that's what gets the code that unlocks the piece that this is tied to. And the tag needs to be applied to the piece of content, right? Because tags are used to protect or gate content in your app. So if you want things that are only accessible to a group of users, you would create a tag and tag the content with it. In this case, I put a headline in there of my January freebie was unlocked. I even put a YouTube video in there, an image. So here's my mobile app instructions. I'm telling people to click on the main menu. So when you look at that, you know, click on the main menu, the hamburger, and I tell them to go to directories, and I tell them to go to the free gift giveaways, and it will be in the January freebie. Now in this case, we're using an article, and I haven't entered that unlock code yet. So I'm not able to see the content that's tagged with it. But I want you to know that that's how I established what these instructions are. And I think it's a really good practice to go through that user experience yourself and figure out how easy or hard it is, and also to figure out a way to lessen the steps, because the more clicks, the less interested someone's going to be. So in the web version, I went ahead and did some silliness. So I've got my headline. I really formatted it using the WYSIWYG. I used the heading 2. I could even change the color of my text if I want it to be, say I want it to be bright red, because I'm like that. And then I added an image. And I have a separate article on this, on how to get image links from a lessons image library. And I can kind of show you that really quickly. But basically, I grabbed the URL for this image and I stuck the image of the robot in here. And then I created a hyperlink. And in this case, it's referencing an article that I created. So this specific tag is to unlock and download a free ebook. And so for this, I'm just going to jump. I created an article called January Freebie. And in this is the download your free ebook. The call to action is download. This should be the location. Maybe it's your Dropbox or wherever they're downloading the item from. But then this is the link that I grabbed and I copied. And in my tag, that's how I created the hyperlink. Was I clicked on the image, I clicked on link, and I just pasted that article link right here. So that's how you can do something, as silly as putting a robot on your confirmation screen. But again, the instructions for the web, all I'm telling them to do is click the robot to get their gift. On the app, I'm actually giving them navigation tips, because they're not going to see that hyperlinked custom unlock screen the same way the web user will. So
could you repeat that again a little more slowly with
the
robot thing? So yeah. I saw you go to article, but I kind of got lost there.
Yeah. So for this example, I created an article that serves as my download or success page, right? When the person unlocks the code, it unlocks this one piece of content that allows them to download. And so I did that this way in an article. So I created an article called the January Freebie. This would be the download, like wherever I have the ebook stored. That's probably on my G Drive or someplace in the cloud, right, where they can get access to it. I gave it the tag of January Freebie, so it's protected with that tag. So this is kind of the final place that the user goes to get the item that I am providing to them. And what I did was I grabbed the web URL to this article, and that's what I put in the link of my tag. And it'll make sense when I show you this in a second. So that is the link that I linked to my robot, so that when people click it, it takes them straight to the page instead of them having to navigate there themselves. Does that help? Does that make sense? Let me show you what it looks like. So we're going to grab this unlock code. And I'm going to go over to our Actionera training. So this is our training app. I'm going to log in because the first thing, obviously, I need to do is log in. And when I go to unlock code and I put in that success page or the code, it's taking me to my success page. And I've got my fancy video that's going to play. And then when I click on my robot, it's going to take me straight to the article because I hyperlinked it. So that way they didn't have to, poke around and try to figure out where the thing was. And you can do this for every single tag that you have in your system. You can create a custom unlock screen that delivers the thing on web. That makes sense?
Unlock screen. It makes sense, but I really have to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be creating an article on how to do this in the knowledge base. So you can search for custom unlock screens probably as soon as tomorrow, and it'll be there for you to see. So I'm going to stop sharing really quick. Take some questions.
Since you're talking about articles, yeah, Anne Marie had one in there about if you're setting an article on creating a media library yet.
I absolutely did. I could show that to you if you'd like, or you can just search for image library. And there is definitely an article for that. And actually, I'm going to post that in chat really quick because I do have a link. Yeah. So here's the article, the how-to on making an image library out of the lessons content type. And Robert covered this in another training, but oops, sorry. There it is. That's the link to the article. So you can go through there and learn how to grab it. But I can just show you really quick if you want to see it live, like how I grabbed the link from my library. So let me get back in. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm a little bit new to the multiple screen shares. Okay, so what I did was to create a media library, I went to lessons. And lessons, we use lessons because lessons can have a whole bunch of images in there for the different sections. So what I did was I created a new lesson, called it image library, and I gave myself a description so I'd remember what it is because I can't remember anything. And then each of my sections, I just added a section and I uploaded an image. Oh gosh, God forbid what you're going to see. And then I can say ebook. So I just uploaded whatever image I had and I save it. And then when I grab this URL here, again, everything comes with a URL, and I start a new browser window, it takes me to that lesson. Oh, of course. Why would it show? Let's try that one more time. I think I went too fast. There we go. So here's my image library of all the images I have. And see, there's my little robot. You can click on any of, and this is the one I just uploaded. If you right click on any of these things, you can copy the image address or the link to the image. And then when you do that, you can go back into whatever WYSIWYG you're in. So if we go back to my tag screen and you go to the WYSIWYG, so any WYSIWYG allows you to insert an image. So you can just like pick the spot where you want it to go and insert an image. It's going to ask you for a source. And this is where I type in, I put that in there, and I can even adjust the width and the height right here. So maybe I just want this to be 150. I want it small. And there you go. The image just showed up in here. And I can center it. I can add a hyperlink. So I could even say, you know, I could link this image to something else if I wanted to. And that's how you grab an image from a lessons image library. And like I said, there is an article on this. So have fun.
Jennifer, I'm talking about images that rest on my computer.
Yeah. So if it's on your computer, that's why we create the lesson image library, because that's the only way to get a URL from the image, because otherwise you're just uploading it into, say, an image box like this one. So this is if you want to put it in a WYSIWYG somewhere, insert an image, you need a URL. And that's why you add sections in here. And you can put as many images in here as you want. And they all live at this one web address. And like I said, any of those images here, you can just right click on it, copy the image address, and you've got a link.
So that URL is automatically generated.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So Jen, is this an item that could be exported? I know we have that export feature.
Item that could be exported.
Yeah, you know, the image library.
Oh, that is an interesting question.
That would be awesome because it would go to CSV and it would have every image and a link in the file. I'm wondering if it would do videos too.
Let's check it out. You go to, if you're looking for import export, it's under manage, and you just go to import export. You go to export. You got to find the table. So we're just going to try it and see what happens. This is a lesson. So how about we do lesson sections maybe? We'll see. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay. So then this is the CSV file that came out. And it's got the image library as the name. I don't see the links. Got user ID. I've got a title. It's an imperfect system. Let's try that again. Let's just do lessons this time. Nope. That is a great question for Robert and team and the rest of the developer team. I'll write that down and ask that question if this could be exported. But yeah, that would be great if you could do that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sure. All right, so that's really it. So do you guys have any questions about any of this stuff or just general stuff? I'll try to answer you as best I can. Oh, Ramesh.
Yeah, so my question was that is there an easy way to change the logo and the tagline that we already have on app as well as web? Because yes. I'm trying to rebrand my company, so I'm trying to see if I can change it.
Sure, that's very easy to do. You just go into your web setup, and you can change your logo here by uploading your file or providing a link. You can also change your colors, your tagline, and just edit that. So, like if we uploaded a logo here.
So this will update both the Android app, iOS app, as well as Actionera web?
Oh yeah, it updates everything.
That
right?
won't, no. So you're talking about in the store. So when people see your icon and the tagline, that is actually something that they have to submit to Apple and Google, and they charge, I think it's like $125 fee to change that in there. And then if that's something you want to do, you can reach out to me in support. I'll get it to Mark or Robert, and then they can get in there and do that. Because like I said, they have to resubmit the app in order to change that.
Got it. My bad. I thought you meant in the web, like in the app or the web. Like you can change this logo on the web page really easily. But yeah, JD's right. If it's the graphics, there's a fee for that, and it needs to be resubmitted.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I think the only thing I want to touch upon briefly in terms of that creating a custom unlock screen is that once it kind of only works once, right? Let's get over here. Sorry about this, guys. So when you create the unlock screen, we're going to go back into the app. Once a user unlocks it, it's tied to their account. So here is my user account that I logged in with. And I will say, I recommend highly creating a tester email account that is separate from your regular login to test your app. That will really help you in terms of experiencing the end user's experience for yourself. But once you unlock that code, it gets mapped to your user account. So if you're going to test it again, or you want to make changes, you have to remove the tag from your account so that you can unlock it again for the first time, if that makes sense. Because otherwise the item is unlocked and you'll see it forever. So again, if you need to test your unlock screen multiple times, you're going to want to create, you're going to test, fix, remove the tag, and test again. And you can do that as many times as you want, because now if we go back here and I refresh, I've removed it from myself. Oops. Well, I should have removed it from myself. And I can then again type it back in. Oh, of course. What was that code? and unlock it again. Otherwise, if you try to unlock the code again, you won't get this screen if you try it one last time. So if I did it one more, it should say that I already unlocked the code. Yeah, see, conflict, code's already been used. So that's why you go in, if I want to test it again, and I go back to my member screen and I pick myself and I remove the tag and I submit it. And then I can test it again and again and again. So that's how you can see that screen multiple times. Megan.
Hi. So I'm wondering if there are things that we can hide some of the, are they under the categories? You know, there's the one that's courses and so health and wellness or business or whatever, because I only have my courses now under health and wellness. Can I hide the other ones that don't have anything in them?
You absolutely can. Yeah. What's your app name, Megan?
Solare Life, SOLARE, Solare Life.
Cool. Let's take a look. I want to see exactly what you mean. I'm sharing screen again. All right. So you mean, is it your directories? The health and wellness? Or was it your topics? Topics, probably.
Well, let me see. I'll go into it myself. And
so you mean these three?
Well, I'm going in the app itself. So if I don't go on the menu, the upper left in the app, and then I go under courses, and under courses, it says health and wellness, business and success, mindset, and relationships. I don't know if you can see this.
These, okay, so these are the courses, the categories under courses.
Yes.
Yeah. So which one do you want? You want to hide these three then and just keep health and wellness?
Yes, for now.
Okay. So you just go into your course categories, right? And that is under action courses. You go to categories and then you find the one you want to hide and you click update. And this is where that hide tag comes in, because the hide tag is that kind of blanket for keeping it hidden. Like basically somebody would have to know the unlock code for hide in order to see this category. So if you add the hide tag and you submit it and you do it for all three of them.
Do I have to create that hide tag?
No, I'm in your app right now doing it.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
built in for you. And then I just did that for all three. See, the tags are now hidden. This one has no tag, which means everyone can see it. So if you refresh your app, you should probably be able to see that.
Yeah, just health and wellness. Yes.
Yeah.
And then if I want to add something, I would just take away the hide tag.
Yes, you absolutely could. So if we look in that Solare Life, oops. This is such a cool program. I'm kind of a high proponent of BlueStacks app. It's a way to view your app on your computer. I've been using this quite a bit for looking at things. So here we can take a look at your app right now on screen. So there we go. Now we've got your app and it's loading. And if you go to your courses, what we just did, only health and wellness is showing because the other three are hidden. So yeah, you just would come back in here, delete the hide tag when you're ready to display it.
So Jen, you make a change like that. Does it automatically notify them to update the app? Or
oh, check this out. It just happens. I mean, it's pretty simultaneous.
I mean, well, I know you went to the app, like in the app store, didn't you?
Yeah. So this is, I'm live in her app. I just unhid business and success and it showed up right here. So that's really, you're controlling it through the content portal. So the changes you make are usually pretty instantaneous.
Yeah, I've noticed that when I'm creating the course, it's like really fast.
It's very fast. It's really nice because you can see your changes live as you're making them. So yeah.
Okay, and then another question is, so a friend was looking at my app while I was talking to her, and she was kind of looking around, and she found ask an expert a question, and and it took her to a really odd looking thing, like an email or something.
Oh, you mean the Q&As?
Is that what it was? She said it said ask an expert a question.
This one? There is, so when you have Q&A, so this is under the Action Pages Q&As in your content portal. These are all of the questions and answers. So what is the Sacred Sound current? Is this one right here.
Maybe she clicked on the thing. What's it, the call to action on the bottom?
So this gives the question submission form, and you have a get your free gift as the.
Yeah, that works fine.
Yeah. So this is, again, you're in the Q&A. That email, wherever it submits the question to, is your send to email address. So this is the email that was populated in there. Basically the public facing email that you receive questions at.
Okay.
And the call to action is the get your free gift. And there's the link. And that's what we were seeing here when we clicked it.
So that works. Yeah.
I like this. This is awesome.
Thank you. That makes me happy.
Anybody else? Maria.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So I have a situation, and I did submit a support ticket just in case as well. I was supposed to launch my app last year in several iterations. It just never happened, life, whatever. But what I need help with right now, guidance, is, since I've been out for several months, is where do I restart and how do I restart? And I saw some of the things you showed earlier to maybe start there, but I feel like I need a little hand holding because I feel very lost and overwhelmed, but I would like pick it up at this point.
So where were you in the stages of launching your app? Were you at the very beginning? Like, did you have your app graphics created?
All of it. It's actually, my app was about to be launched at some point, and then I fell off the face of the earth after.
Got it. So I'm going to say, write to Matt at actionera.com. He is the onboarding manager, and he can kind of provide you with next steps. You're probably in the phase of submitting your content via the content form to get it built. That would be my guess.
All of that has been done. All of that has been done. And I had those the courses that were created by a third party, and they were embedded into my app. So I think I had seen it at that stage.
What is your app name?
It's Live Infinity Now. LIVE Infinity Now.
Let's see. Live Infinity Now. I see it. Let's check it. If it's launched in the App Store, I'll be able to find it in my my BlueStack. Let me see here. And actually, I can show this because somebody else had a question. So hold on a second. Okay. So I'm using what's called BlueStacks. It's gosh, I'm blanking on what it's called. It's emulator. It's one of the top of the line emulators. So the app is called BlueStacks, and it mimics an Android Play Store. So if I go to the Play Store and I go and I look for your app, I'm sorry, can you repeat it again? It was LIVE
Infinity Now, 3 words.
Weird. Why is it camel casing? That's crazy. There we go. Live Infinity Now. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay, so your app is live. So you are already launched. So you don't need to write to Matt. You just need to go ahead and start making some edits and adding content to it. So you might want to start with the article, navigating the content portal, because there's been some changes since the last time that you were probably in it.
Okay.
So like, for example, this is the content portal, and the settings the pages have shifted around just a little bit. So if you go again to the help here and you search for content portal, you can go to this article, accessing the content portal. If you've forgotten how to log in, this will walk you through that process. Or if you need, the support ticket, if you have specific questions, we can try to address them there. And then it's just a matter of going in and figuring out what content you want to add or change in your app, because it is live. So it should be available to me to download. Okay. And if I open it in my BlueStacks, which is my new favorite toy, save and restart. There's your app. That's what it looks like. That's your load screen. This is the screen
I didn't even know that was.
Look at this. I mean, you have so anything that has no content, you're going to want to go and like check it out and see all the things. But yeah, it's live. So you're done with the onboarding. You're done with the launch. Now it's just, you have the power to get creative and share your message.
Navigate the behind the scenes. With each, is there a step-by-step? So if I finish one article, will it naturally guide me to the next thing I should do?
Oh, I wish that we did that. We are just not that advanced. But if you go,
I might need help with at some point, because I definitely feel very lost, even knowing where to look.
So if you go to, when you first log into your content portal, you'll see this icon here. Click that. This takes you to the knowledge base. You can start, if you're new to it, just kind of go through some of these new things. And then you just figure out, like, search it by topic. So figure out what it is you want to do. So if you want to target, say, some of the holes in your app where you're missing content, you might want to go in and say, okay, today I'm working on articles, and then input some new articles, figure out what you want to do, or videos. It's really about your message, how you want to present it, and the types of content you want to use to represent your message.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, I'll start there. Thank you.
Cool. Did that answer your question, Chrissia, about how to display your app on your computer screen? I'm using an emulator. You could also, if you have an Android like me, there isn't that screencast option that Robert uses for the iPhones. iPhone, you can actually screencast to Zoom. I can join a Zoom call with my cell phone and then share my screen there. But I find the emulator works just as good, and it's bigger. I can make it as big as I want.
Yes, thank you. I found BlueStack emulator online.
And you can even turn off the ads if you're displaying it to a client and you don't want all the gamer stuff, because it is definitely a gamer's app.
Thank you.
Anne-Marie. Yeah, sure. Anne-Marie.
Okay, there was a question and answer, and then it was like an email for support. Is this a separate email that we should have to take questions and will the public see that email?
I don't think they see it, but when you submitted your app for the first time, you supplied an email for questions and answers to go to. And that's what people see when they go, they don't see the email itself. So here, I'm going to share that one last time. I know it's annoying. But when somebody clicks on the question and answer here, and this little button here, that maybe I can drag it over so you can see it better. This little button right here with the envelope, when I click that, it allows the submission of a question. I don't ever get your email address, but it does this. And so if we go into Live Infinity Now under Q&A, we can see what email address is linked to. So this is how she's getting the emails. It's not displayed to the public, but that is where that question is getting sent when somebody clicks on the submit button here and asks a question.
So it's probably better to I haven't submitted my app yet, so it's probably better to have a separate email for support questions, I would think, than my regular.
Yeah, that's a personal choice. I think everybody, kind of handles their business a little bit differently, but I agree. I think having, an info at, wherever.com, like mine is getstuffdone@genching.com, and that's my generic inbox that I link to everything that's public facing, so that it doesn't come into my, and get all kinds of weird stuff in my inbox. But you do have to remember to check it, because that's how people are getting in touch with you through your app.
Okay, and one other quick question on those action lists. Can we put a video after a question? I'm not sure how those work. There's questions that people can write in a journal. If we wanted to put a video after each question or an image after each question, can we do that? Or is that
you're talking about you're talking about new functionality I haven't actually played with yet.
No, because I'm just thinking of ideas to do a action list, like somebody watches a video, then they answer the question. So I'm just thinking out loud and wondering.
I'm sure we're going to investigate that. That's a great question. I'm going to, JD, I hope we can write this down. I think I got it. And your question specifically was, can we add a video?
After each question in the action list, because I want them to watch a video and it's like a mini meditation and then they have to answer it, but they need to watch the video first.
Got it.
Otherwise, I will drop the video.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, there's a lot of, so this is, again, it's new to me. I haven't played in this very much yet. This is what the screen for action list looks like. It looks very similar to lessons. You can add a journal, list items. It doesn't look like, it looks like it's one video per list.
That's how it was at the top. So I'm wondering if it's limited.
Yeah, it might be limited because these are supposed to be pretty simple, things. What you're talking about sounds like a lesson to me, where you may want to use that. And then maybe one of the list items is complete the lesson on meditation, and, or watch the video on meditation and just.
No, not really. It's like to watch a 2-minute video and to journal. It's like a cognitive behavioral therapy thing where you reinforce doing meditations, mini meditations of 1 minute long. I was just getting experimental and putting in feature creep. So, okay.
Yeah. Well, check it out. It looks like you can add things per list item. So if, and again, I haven't played with this yet, so I am just looking and guessing here, but it looks like you can add the description and you can have a video for each item. But it looks like the journal questions are at the main level.
Okay.
So
well,
maybe
I'll play around with it.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make it work.
Yeah, figure out what the flow is. And I'm sure we will have future help articles on this as soon as we get caught up with all the other ones we have.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Megan.
Hi again.
Hi.
So on mine, under topics and resources, under sound healing, and then what is the sacred sound current, there is an audio that I don't remember putting in. It's like some music. And I don't know how that got there. So how would I take it away?
It's really easy to do. And I can tell you how that audio got there because JD and I have been doing this the last couple of days for app launches. So one of the things that Apple requires is that your featured Q&A question has an audio file attached to it. They do some type of testing to make sure the audio can play. And so in a lot of apps, the Actionera team has actually gone in and added an audio file so that you can pass inspection, basically. So what you can
I'd like to put like audio.
You absolutely
I
can.
have my own, music tracks, because I think one of the things they check, right, is that you have, license to use it. But I have my own music tracks.
Yeah, so it's really easy. You just come into that question, right? So again, we went to questions and answers, and then we're in that sacred sound current, right? Here's your audio file right here. I'm not going to delete it, but you just hit delete and it removes it. And then it's the same, like, the same upload download experience. But because your app is going through, it might be going through inspection right now. I have no idea. I don't want to mess with things.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really simple to remove it, or you can add your own in there.
And then how do I add mine in there if it's an MP3?
Oh yeah. So you would just here, I'll just show it. I'm not gonna do it. So you just hear where it says audio URL. It's the same thing like any other upload.
Where how did you get where you are? It's like so tiny. I'm just sort of
So I went into Q&As,
right,
and I just picked another one that maybe didn't have it on there so I could show you.
Okay.
And then I scrolled down here where the image is, right underneath it is an audio URL. Okay. And if it's on SoundCloud or someplace, you can link it, or you just click upload and drag and drop your file in here.
Okay, so I can upload an MP3.
Yeah, I noticed the one thing I do know is that linking to an audio file on Dropbox doesn't work. So that does not suffice. So it has to be some type of audio player that you're linking to, like maybe I think the best way is just to upload the file here.
Yeah,
it's the cleanest. And then obviously, yeah.
Well, yeah, go ahead and then hit submit. Is that what you're
saying? You always want to submit, because you won't save your change, but I'm not gonna, because I don't want to mess with your app.
Yeah. So is there a maximum length audio file?
That is a great question. I don't know for audio files specifically. It's probably more of a size limit than it is a length limit. I can tell you that a 39-minute audio file did not load properly when somebody tried to do that. So I would keep it to around under 10 minutes is probably the right file size. But we can look into that for sure to figure out if there's a max file size or length.
Okay, and then it says when you upload a video into the course, it says that it only accepts, I think it was it 3 megabytes or something like that?
Yes. Yeah.
And my videos are 20 minutes or less, and they seem to be fine. But do you know what 3 megabytes is?
I think what I've been thinking is it's under a half an hour. Under 45 minutes, probably, but probably about a half an hour. And if you've got really lengthy videos, I agree, Denise, we need a document on this. And I know Matt started one, so we just need to finish it off. But yeah, it's easier if it's on YouTube, because think about the load time also with your app, right? The bigger your files, the heavier the load, it might slow down,
Oh, maybe that's what's happening, because it does seem to, like, when I go in as a user and I click on it, it takes a while to load. So you're saying if I post it on YouTube as unlisted, it'll load faster?
It should, yeah. I mean, JD, we've experimented with your app a little bit in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. It will definitely go faster, because I ran into that where it was just taking a while to load up. But one of the key things is when you do it from YouTube, could you show them what they need to use, the embed code, and how to put that in on the video if they go and use a URL?
Oh, so it's not a drag and drop thing? I guess it can't be if it's YouTube.
Yeah, if it's YouTube, you want to do it, but if you want to get rid of like the commercials or something like that, I can't remember exactly what it does. Jen, now I'm treading into an area I don't know much about.
So there used to be a way where you could like embed, but I can show you really quick how to grab an embed code from a YouTube video if that helps you. But you can't really remove the ads. I think that's just something that is no longer possible. So here, I'm going to share Robert's YouTube channel. So on any YouTube channel, if you go in here, you can get the link, right? Or any video even. But if you go and get your link,
But if you have your own YouTube channel and it's unlisted, why would there be ads?
Because it's just a function of YouTube. They want to promote other videos and things. So you could just go to any, here, let me go into another browser window. So any video that, even a video that's not mine, okay, you could go into any video. So let's say I want this one. Let's make sure it doesn't play. And you click this share button. Can you see this, or is it too small still?
No, I know where that share is.
Yeah. So when you click on share, that's the link that you copy. But if you click on this embed, this part here where it says SRC, SRC is source. So this is the source. This is how you can get, you can take the actual piece of the embed code.
How are you figuring out which part of the embed code you're using?
Well, I just happen to know that SRC is source. So this is saying source equals, and this is the website in the quotes that I need to grab in the quotations. No, these quotation marks, you see it says source equals, and then there's an embedded link in there. So I copy that, and you can take that link, and I'm not going to do this to your stuff, but you just put that in your video URL right here. And so you're grabbing that link. You're grabbing the link from the actual embed code. That makes it play a little bit nicer.
And that will have ads?
It's, yeah, because YouTube is very commercialized. They like to promote other people's content on your channels and stuff. Play with it though and see what happens. I think that most cases they're pushing advertisements now.
And what about Vimeo? Could you do it from Vimeo?
Yeah, you could. Absolutely. Vimeo is one of those that doesn't have ads when you have the professional version.
Right.
So that's why I think a lot of people will host, say, videos for their website, like welcome videos and such, where they don't want ads. They'll host those on Vimeo and use those links versus YouTube. It's really, it just takes experimenting and playing with it and seeing if there's a way to turn it off.
Because I think that the Vimeo quality is good, because I noticed the videos on my web version. I don't know if it's going to change when we get to the point where, I don't know if there's updating, but the videos are really poor quality. The color's really bad.
Yeah. That's beyond my expertise.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go into a whole bunch of that. YouTube, the good thing about YouTube is that every time when you link your YouTube video in your app, every time somebody plays that, it counts as a view on your YouTube channel. So you can start building your YouTube, any kind of material that you have that you're running through that's through your channel in your app. Now, when people click on it, now like I said, it's adding more views. And then if you want to, you can monetize your YouTube channel later, because you have a whole bunch of views, all these other different things. So there's pros and cons to using each thing. You just have to kind of delve into that and see which one's the best course for you.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. And Denise, to answer your question, I just find that the embed code part, that little slice of the embed code, it just displays nicer. And I do believe it plays better from there. So I've just been using that kind of as a standard for myself. So, play around with it, see if there is a difference or not. Cool. Any other questions? It's like super energizing. I usually don't get excited like this, but this is pretty awesome. If there's no questions, we can call it a night.
Thank you. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Cool. Well, I'm so glad to help.
Yep.
And feel free to reach out, Jennifer@actionera.com. I'm happy to answer questions if you need it, but submit your support tickets to JD because he gets paid the big bucks to handle those. So
absolutely. And I love hearing from everybody. It's like, hey, okay, can do that. So very cool. Hey, who here, give me a raise of hands, who here got some awesome information out of Jen tonight? I know I sure did. All right, very cool. Do me a favor, real quick in chat. Everybody, I want you to put Jen, you rock in chat for me real fast. Yes, no, we're going to give you your props there. We got to. Jen, you rock. Absolutely. Very cool. We got all those that are going in. Absolutely. You are amazing. Looks like Suzanne actually has her hand up again.
Oh, so,
Suzanne.
I raised my hand. You said how many? Yeah, Robert has to have it in chat so he knows how many points you get.
I'm sure I'll get some points taken away. I'm going to give you guys my information because my tiny little self-promotion here is I am developing a team of people who know how to handle the back end of apps, and we are starting to develop app support packages and stuff. So hit me up if you want to chat about that, if you need support. Here's my website. Here is the link to my app workaround. And I do have marketplace services available through Actionera because I'm a consultant on the side and I work with Actionera part-time. So happy to help you if I can. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much and have a really, really great rest of your week. And feel free to reach out to support if you need help. Have a nice one.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.